step up from those 4 little triangles that only had 3 sides. The quadrilaterals at least had 4 sides. So they all got along because they had that in common. They all had 4 sides. They were really so very different, but it just didn't seem to matter. But then apparently it kind of started with this one group. And they were a group of quadrilaterals that just for some reason decided to make it very well known that they had some special characteristics. And they realized that they were parallel this way and they were parallel this way. And they thought that was really cool, and they made sure everyone knew that. They rubbed it into everyone else. We're parallel this way and we're parallel this way. So they became known as the parallelogram. So the parallelogram club, to become part of the parallelogram club, you have to have 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel. Now when I write this on the board, again, I'm writing it as I'm doing the story. I use all the shorthand, the symbols. I know that's not really a 5th grade thing, but I think it's good for kids to get exposed to it. Every time I put a congruent or a parallel, I say the word so they know what it is. It makes it go faster. I will never put it on a test that way or on a worksheet that way, but they will at least have seen it, and we've said it, and every now and then say, oh, what's that mean? You know, that, I think it's good. So yes, it's going to be kind of helps in the middle school, yes, and high school. Okay. So parallelogram, they're really cool. They've got 2 pairs. Yes, right. Okay, and the ones that they really seemed to pick on and bully were the ones that didn't have 2 pairs. And so this other group that didn't have 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel just kind of always felt like the outcast. They were bullied, and it just felt so sad. You know, sometimes I get real drama. It's hard for me to do this with adults, but they just thought they weren't as good. And of course, the parallelograms made it feel that way. And so they decided, well, you know, we could start our own club. We could come up with a club that's so cool. It's a cool name. And we could have a club that they couldn't ever possibly be in. We'll just show them. So then they figured out that they were parallel this way, but not this way. Or they were parallel this way, but not this way. So they decided to be in their club, the trapezoid club. They called themselves the trapezoid because they gave them a cool name that was kind of different. And they were only one pair of parallel sides. Yes. Sorry, lost track of what I was doing. So the trapezoids club was one. The trapezoids thought we just showed them, and they went off onto their own little space. And that was good for a while, but at some point I think they realized they kind of isolated themselves, and they brought it on themselves that they just never really were going to amount to anything. They were kind of there. They were straight. They were parallel this way, but not this way. Or they were parallel this way, but not this way. But they ended up isolating themselves so much they could never be part of any of the group. I mean, they were still quadrilaterals. They all had 4 sides. That part's true. But they became trapped. They were never going to be anything. So they were trapped over in the trapezoids. That helps the kids remember that if you tell that story. Then everything was, meanwhile, back over at the parallelogram. Things were okay for a while, but you know, those bullies in that parallelogram club just felt like they still had to have someone to bully. So they ended up picking on the ones, well, I lost track of it. The drama started all over again. One group was bragging about that they had square corners. One group was bragging about their square corners, and they ended up forming their own club, and they were called the rectangles because they had 4 right angles. Again, I use symbols on there, and I do use 4 right angles. I know technically in geometry you only need 1, but 4 helps kids not have to write. Is it 4 or 1? Just we say 4 to be the rectangle. So we have the rectangle club. And then there was another group of those parallelograms that thought, well, we could do the same thing. We noticed that we all happen to have all congruent sides, so we'll be in the rhombus club. And to be in our club, you have to have 4 congruent sides. So life went on for a while, and things were okay. They seemed to work. But you know, there was one or two of those rectangles that said, you know, I really have a friend over there in the office, but there's got to be a way we can come together. But you know what? I happen to have 4 congruent sides, so I could be in that club, but I'm over here in this club too. But anyway, they can come together. They can add the 4. They had the 4